Your bride has arrived.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna cry.
She's so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
What am I supposed to do? Stand here and wait for my groom? Nikki, yes. Meet for the very first time your husband to be, Sean.
Nikki with the dimples. You breathing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I am so sick and tired of Married at First Sight trying to humble successful women of color. I am so sick of it. Married at First Sight season 20, episode 2. This is the second half of episode 1 of episode 2. Apologies. So in episode 2, the beginning, we ended off with Courtney and Nick. I rewatched the first half, and y'all, Courtney is not attracted to Nick. I mean, Nick is not attracted to Courtney, okay? We're going to get to Nikki and Sean in a minute. I just want to catch up a little bit. Nick is not attracted to Courtney. And see, that's when you have similar values, but the attraction is not there. And y'all, Courtney looks older than what she's supposed to be. I don't understand what's going on with these millennials and Gen Z girls. They look older than us, Gen X. Courtney does not look like a 28-year-old young woman. When I was 28, woo! I was gorgeous. I mean, I'm still gorgeous at 48, but I'm just saying, at 28, I didn't look nothing like Courtney. But you know what? They say black don't crack, so. Oh, my Lord. So we're going to finish up, and then we are going to get to poor Nikki. Poor Nikki, poor her girl. I would have turned around and ran, but of course, I would never get married at first. Hey, cousin, happy Sunday. Thank you so much for your love and support. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up. Y'all, I wanted to come live yesterday, Saturday, but I couldn't. I was not feeling well. Remember Friday in my video, I was coughing. I coughed like 3 times. I felt something was coming on. And then I forgot to take my cough medicine to work on Friday. So by the time Saturday came, I was down and out laying on that couch, girl. I laid on that couch all day yesterday and took my cough medicine from Friday night to all day yesterday. And then, of course, I'm feeling better today. If I had brought my cough medicine to work Friday and took it all day Friday and Friday night, I would have been able to feel better and to go live. But I just was not. I couldn't. I laid on that couch and I was just exhausted and I was not feeling well. So I'm feeling better today. So we're going to do episode 2 and then I'm going to come back and do episode 2 off camera. Because, girl, I got to take these braids out. I know I just got these braids done, but, honey, I had a bad headache last night. I was so miserable. I couldn't sleep. The lady did put too much hair in my braids, and I don't like my braids to be too heavy. It's all the way down my back. I prefer shoulder length, and it's just too heavy for me, so I'm going to take it out. Plus, my husband has an event coming up in August. So, I'll just kind of prep for that. So come on back for episode 3. I'll probably post that tomorrow or Monday. But thank you again for your love and support. Be sure to subscribe and thumbs up. So we left off with Nick and Courtney. He's not attracted to her. And Nick is a good-looking man. He's tall, dark, and handsome. That's what you call tall, dark, and handsome for the cousins. He's well-educated, has a good job, and he is not attracted to Courtney. Also, I really do not trust that Nick is in this for the right reasons. He's been on a couple of dating shows, and he did talk about it wasn't like dating show or anything. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So while their values align, the attraction is not there for him. And a man must be attracted to his wife. He must have sexual desires, not just but desire her sexually and think she's beautiful and think she's attractive. And he's not going to sign up forever to spend forever with a woman he is not physically attracted to. So I think Courtney and Nick is a bust. By the way, somebody emailed me about spoilers. No spoilers, okay? No spoilers. I don't want any spoilers until I get through episode 2. And yes. One of the cousins sent me a video on Friday night about someone who dated one of the grooms on Married at First Sight this season. I'm going to play that video for you later, okay? But no spoilers yet. I need to get through episode 2 and then tell you what I think about the couples, okay? So let's review Torre and Felipe. It sounds like their values align. They're, party hootie. But I think he's going to get on her nerves. And I think it's a bust. Mecca and Belle Jolie. I wish Belle Jolie wanted more for herself, but she didn't grow up wanting more for herself, okay? This is the thing with a lot of women of color. When you grow up kind of struggling, you think that's the norm. And she has 3 jobs. He has 55 jobs. And she's willing to struggle. She doesn't look at a man's bank account, girl. So she just doesn't want enough for herself. But I couldn't deal with him. So hopefully she'll wake up and walk away. Marissa and Adam, their lives do not align. Personally, I think he's just going to be like, I can't. Because they just don't align. They don't have anything in common. Adam's family, not coming to, by the way, did you watch the Adam's Family Wednesday? Oh my God, that is such a good show. Adam's family not coming. I think we need more information. I think his family is deeply religious, not in a bad way. And they just don't want to participate in this foolishness because marriage is not something to be played with. Now, for the people asking why, if he's so good, why is Adam still single? The same reason Marissa's still single. Okay, Adam is still single for the same reason everybody on Married at First Sight is still single. They have not met the right person. I got married at almost 36 because I didn't meet the right person. My husband in his mid-40s. And Black people would think something's wrong with him. He's in his 40s, not married, don't have any kids. Girl, he ain't never been married. He ain't never had no kids. Something's wrong with him. No, nothing is wrong with him. He's just made up in his mind. I did not meet the right person. My husband said, I'm not having no kids with nobody I am not married to. And I am not married to somebody that I don't think I can spend the rest of my life with. That's how I felt too. So if you're going to ask why Adam is still single, the same reason everybody on the show is still single. Y'all just hating on Adam, honey. I don't know why y'all hate him so much. But I know. Because you all don't match up. And no, I don't think he's a narcissist. Granted, I try not to use medical terms because I'm not a doctor. I don't think he's a sociopath. I think he's just very strict about what he wants. And I'm like that. And I don't see anything wrong with Adam being strict about what he wants. There's nothing wrong with that. I think if more people are like Adam and myself, we would have less divorce. Because all the people who compromise on those non-negotiable things, you get married and then you're like, oh my God, I cannot stay with him. But those were things you knew about the person and you were trying to make it work or trying to fit in. No. Don't do that. Okay. So, yeah, Courtney and Nick is a bust for me. Nick is not attracted to her. She looks older. She also has a bubble head like her mama. And and she looks older than 28. Okay. Moving on. Let me play this little clip for you where the producer asks Nick, are you attracted to your wife? Because obviously he's not. Okay.
Can't wait to learn everything about her.
Are you attracted to your wife?
I'm very attracted to my wife. To my wife?
Oh, to my husband?
And
I like
and
that.
a great
There we go. And a
marriage.
great marriage. Okay.
Yeah, he's not attracted to her. He's not. Because the producers, the first thing you would say, I'm very attracted to her. Yeah, I think she's beautiful. I'm attracted to her. You find her sexually attractive. I don't think he does. And she talks too much. She just on and on and on and on and on. She remind me of Itchy on last season, where it's just going on and on and on and on. And I don't think he's attracted to her. So that's a bust for me. Okay. Okay. Next couple being Matt. So our next couple is Michelle and Cameron. And Michelle shared her story, how she froze her eggs when she was 26 because she has fibroids. And I'm so sorry that happened, especially at 26 years old. But I'm so thankful that she froze her eggs. And so I think this is something we need to talk about more, about young women freezing their eggs. It is expensive, but insurance will pay for it, okay? Insurance will pay for you. Well, at least mine will. I don't know about yours, but if you are a young woman and you want to get married and have children and it hasn't happened to you for you yet by 30, by at least 28 to 30, I would start talking to my doctor and see what can be done. Okay. And also the young men, let me tell you, the days they used to say men could have babies up to origin. No, there's something going on with men's ability to make babies. Of course. Well, let me not say that. Anyways, I've shared my story, how we were trying to have another baby. It didn't happen. So we were looking into IVF. We did everything. I was okay. My husband had a little issue. And when we meet with the doctor, he said he's seen a lot of men these days starting to have issues with making babies, and it's now older men. And he said, I have a young man who is 28 years old. 28. And he was telling me and my husband that he's in a worse state than my husband was. And so there was an article in the New York Post, and they're trying to figure out what's going on because something is affecting men to have it. It just doesn't seem to be happening to the right men who don't need to be having kids. You know, the ones running up and down the street, making babies, laying up with everybody. Like, it needs to happen to those people. But anyway, so there's an issue. So one of the things my husband did is we got rid of all plastic, like spoons and stuff like that. And my husband told me, do not give little Michael plastic spoons. So and try not to let him eat out of plastic products. We do drink bottled water, so maybe that's something we need to look into. But there is something that's happening, and the doctor, who was African-American doctor, thinks that it's plastic. Something is happening with plastic with our men. I was okay. I was 42, and Dr. Seaman, that was his name, Dr. Seaman. He said, Miss Thompson, how old are you? I said, 40. He said, are you sure? I said, yes, sir. He said, you sure? I said, yeah, I was born in 1970. He said, are you sure you're 42? I said, sir, what's going on? He said, I have never seen a 42-year-old woman with so many eggs. Do you want to donate? Have you thought about it? I was like, no, I don't want a little Lexi or little Michael running around there, out there, being mistreated by somebody. Okay. So I am very, very happy for Cameron that she was able to freeze her eggs. And I am hoping that Michelle, and I'm hoping that Cameron is the guy for her. Okay. She's Asian. I think she did some work. She had some work done. Cameron seemed to be a nice young man. Plays basketball, voted coach of the year a couple of times. He's helping the students to transition from 2-year college to 4-year college. He seemed to be ready and prepared to get married. He shared about how a young woman asked him to watch his top, and he thought that opened up the door for conversation. I don't know how people do. I would never ask not to watch my laptop. You would probably steal it. So anyway, the girl ghosted him, and he's never been in a long-term relationship. The dumb, foolish women are saying that's a red flag. No, it's not. Okay. We don't believe in boyfriends and girlfriends, and maybe he's just one of those guys who do not believe in girlfriends and boyfriends. He said he is dating with intention. So when you're dating with intention, you don't have no time to be with one person being my girlfriend. Because when you do boyfriend and girlfriend, you're making the assumption you're going to marry that person, but you do not have all the data to decide you're going to marry that one person. I always say, for those of us who went to college, you're taking 12, 15 credits. That's 4 or 5 classes. You take all 5 classes and you pass all 5 classes with A's and B's. Just pretend that these 5 classes are guys. Date more than one guy at one time. What does it mean to date? Dating is about data. If he don't match up to what you want, drop and move along. There's no need to drag it out because he doesn't have what you want. Okay? Do not try to change people, which is what Marissa and Adam would try to do. Change. Nope. Accept the person for who they are. If they don't match up, move along. So fingers crossed for Cameron and Michelle, and let's see if they're going to work out. Okay. My heart goes out to her, and I just really hope that she meets that person, that man who they can get married, live happily ever after, and have beautiful babies. And she brought up, she don't want an ugly man because she don't want her kids coming out ugly. That's what I'm saying. High five. Y'all women dating these ugly men. Your baby's gonna come out ugly, child. Okay, don't do it. So I'm glad she mentioned that. She's short, she's Asian, so Asians are short. And Cameron is so tall. And yes, this reminds me of the other basketball player and the twin girls. I don't remember their names, but yes, this reminds me of them. Okay. So Cameron is dressed and talking to his parents. I hope you put on a bow tie. Let me look. Oh, I can't see on here because he's sitting there without a tie. Maybe his sister is adopted because she looks Asian. So, and the wife is going to be Asian. Hey, maybe that will work out. And the sister said, I've never seen him bring home a girl. My husband always have this thing of, if I'm not gonna marry her, I'm not gonna bring her home. Okay, that's what I told little Michael. I don't want her. No, don't nobody. Do not cross my threshold unless you think you're gonna marry her. Okay, I want to meet this one, Jessica, Catherine. You know, I don't of course the girls at schools are different, but the parents, his mom says, you know, you came from a good family, and so that's good. So him coming from a good family and seeing his parents been married for a very long time, I think that's good. Grandma is ready to have grandbabies. I get it. Yeah. She's ready. She says she's wanting to see one of her 2 children get married, and she want to have grandbabies. I think it's normal at this age to want grandbabies. So we go over to Michelle's family, and they're talking about the grandparents, match them up, and how tall is good and tall is beautiful. And I was reading some of the comments in the Facebook group, and I just think that people take some of this stuff so serious. I think that's one of the qualities, or one of the things you want. You want somebody tall, okay? Most of us do. Don't want no short dude. And then Colin, the brother, asked, what are some of the qualities you're looking for? She lists a lot of things. Somebody's a good heart and character and integrity, a little goofy. And then the mom jumped in and said, who makes good money? And I'm like, high five, mama. High five. Cameron makes good money. You know, some of the black mamas, they never say that. Okay. They never say, oh, make sure he makes good money. So I have my fingers crossed for these two. Let's see if he's attracted to her when he sees her. And maybe when he sees her, he'll be like, oh, well, my sister is also Asian, which I'm assuming she was adopted. Oh, wrong couple. She was adopted. Okay. So Michelle's dad wrote her a letter, and I thought it was so beautiful and so nice. He is a private person. I guess he didn't want to come on camera, but he wrote her a very nice letter, and basically saying, look, I can't give you away to a strange man that you just go meet, and I appreciate that, because Asians, they're very traditional, and it's traditional in all cultures, I guess, for the groom to go and ask the dad for her daughter's hand in marriage. And it's like, I can't, I can't do that. I can't give you away to a strange man I don't know, and you're just meeting first day. But the letter was absolutely beautiful. She got emotional, and she's crying, and mom said, that's a nice letter. So then we see Cameron, Michelle and the mom, they went with the wedding gown, and they're going to get dressed. And we see Cameron walking out, and he does have on a bow tie. So thank God he has on a bow tie. I think he's really handsome. I think Cameron and Nick are two of the most handsome grooms that has been on Married at First Sight. Of course, I like tall, dark, and handsome, so maybe that's it. And of course, I know they're like, our cousins, but I'm just saying, I think that they are two handsome guys. I do not think Adam is handsome, by the way, and I've said that a couple of times, okay? But I think Cameron is very handsome, and Nick is also very handsome. Oh my God, guys. I love Michelle. I love her. Oh my God. We should have coffee. Okay, she reminds me of someone. I just can't think about who she reminds me of. She reminds me of somebody, and it's just not hitting me who she reminds me of. Help me, cousins. Help me. Who does Michelle remind me of? Is it somebody in my life, or is it just somebody who's been on the show before? Anyways, she shows up in a horse and carriage. I think that is so romantic. Oh my God, it just reminds me of my wedding. She looks beautiful. Michelle looks beautiful. I love her dress. She looks like a bride. Michelle looks like a bride. I know I said Belle Jolie looked like a bride, but those two things for me with the bracelet and the beauty supply thingy was a bit too much for me. Michelle, I love her. She comes down and Cameron says, "What's happening?" Cameron, you should have said, "Oh, you look beautiful." He later says it, but I'm just like, what's happening? Maybe it was his nerves. So there was a little awkward at the altar with the officiant, and he was like, "I'm Cameron," and she's like, "I'm Michelle." This is after they did that. "I'm Cameron, I'm Michelle." And you know, she said that if there is a connection, hopefully this will work. Oh, I love that, Michelle. Oh my God, you're such a girl. Oh, I love you. I love Michelle. Oh my God, let's hope she's not crazy. Was she the crazy one? Oh my God, let me go read. Let me read. Cousins, y'all should see this. I'm cutting my braids out. I just cannot do it anymore. It's too heavy. I'm having one of those headaches that comes with change of life. And I was going to wait, but I can't. Cousins, I am miserable. Because it's just too heavy. It's so much better. And I don't do heavy hair. I told the lady when she braided my hair that I wanted shoulder length. She was like, "Oh yeah, shoulder's not too long." And then when she was done, I was like, "Ma'am, I wanted shoulder." She was like, "It's okay. So I've been dealing with it since when? I don't remember when I got my hair braided, but I can't. So #cut. Let's see who watched to this part of the video to see me cut my braids out. I know the girls tomorrow, they're going to be like, "Oh my God, what happened to your hair?" I'm like, "I cut it out. I can't." And I will have a good night's sleep tonight because it's so long. Lord, I just hope I'm not cutting my hair. I don't think I am. I measured it. Oh my God, this feels so much better. Oh, thank you, Lord. Woo! Oh my God. That feels so good. It feels so much better. Then I'm going to just take them out after I record the videos. Tomorrow morning, I'm not going to wash it because I'm going to probably go get it done next week. My husband has an event coming up. So I'm going to cut my hair for that. Woo! Lord, thank you, Jesus. Woo, thank you. Oh, thank you, Lord. This feels so much better. I cannot, y'all know I can't deal with the heat. I don't like my hair being too heavy, which is why I braid my own hair, but I've been lazy about braiding my own hair. So that's why I've been going to the salon. So next time I'm going to make sure my hair is shoulder length. Anything over my shoulder, I can't do. Anyways, back to Michelle. She's a nut. She crazy. Yeah. Because I read where it said, let me show you what it says. She has done a lot of self-work. Okay, have you seen that? Michelle. Michelle feels ready to balance someone else's need with her own and is looking for a life partner with whom she can build a life. She has done a lot of self-work and feels secure. She's a nut. #cut. Let me see who watched to this part of the video, okay? Yeah, Michelle's going to be a problem. But let's hope the self-work really did work, okay? because you do self-work so that self-work could work. But anytime I read that, I'm always, When I was dating man, I've done a lot of self-work. I'm like, run to the hills from whence cometh your help. So fingers crossed for Michelle that she really did the self-work and she is not a nut. So they did the vows. It was cute. And when the officiant said you may kiss your bride, he just went in for it. He didn't even ask. She seemed okay with it. I think they're a cute couple. He's really tall though. He is really, really, really tall. So fingers crossed for them. They seem to be a match, even though they really didn't give a lot of information about what they wanted. But so far, fingers crossed for them. They're the only ones. Everybody else, I'm like, no, this is not going to work out. Okay. So we go back over to Adam and Marissa's party. And one of her bridesmaids got up and he's like, she's strong. One of her favorite things to do is wrestle guys at bars. Arm wrestle. So keep your pride and don't try it. That is not who Adam is looking for. And he's sitting there like, she's so ghetto. She's ghetto. She's ghetto. So then Marissa was like, okay, because she is learning that who she is, Adam don't like who she is. So they need to tone it down a little bit. So then the MC called for Adam to tell the Ivors, and she was like, what does that mean? And one of his bride's groom guys was like, the piano. He plays the piano. And he goes up, he plays for Marissa. And everybody's like, I actually think this season we're going to be annoyed with him playing the piano, but I feel like production is the one that's pushing this. Okay, after him playing at the bachelorette party and playing here for the way that should be it. There should be piano playing, Adam. No more piano playing. Adam should have just played the one song. So the friends were impressed. Marissa was impressed. She was like, he's talented. She was like, this is so good. And one of her friends asked her, what's happening? And she was like, I'm going to be learning piano, apparently. I'm kind of surprised Marissa didn't take piano lessons. Oh, I have to go back and see what her family's like. Because girl, but I like the piano. I just think he should have just played one song. But I hope this is it, Adam. Don't play no more piano. But I think the producers are going to push it because one guy was yawning, one guy was sleeping, and her friend was just laughing, going on and on and on and on. And I'm like, okay, Adam, that's it. Don't play no more piano. We don't want to hear anymore. Thank you. Bye. So Marissa asked him if he's ever watched Pride and Prejudice where they play a lot of piano. He said, maybe a long time ago. And she was like, let's watch it. He was like, I'm down. Let's watch it tonight. And she laughed. Marissa's laughing a lot, girl. What's wrong? What's the matter? Why are you laughing so much? I don't know. What's going on? All right. So we go back to the matchmakers and it's Sean and Nikkie, and Lord have mercy. Mercy, 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 mercy. Poor Nikkie, honey. They forever trying to humble successful women of color on this Ghetto Fabulous show.
Handsome, you're super educated.
Thank you.
You shine. Why are you having a hard time finding somebody?
I gotta be honest with you. I have prioritized other things.
Previously married at all, or you were married to your career?
Married to my career and my little drum set.
Sean, best.
He's little, and his voice is a little sounding like a girl. And they gonna match him with Nikkie? No. No, 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 no. So we meet Sean and Nikkie, and he's running down everything he's done. He was valedictorian. He scored good on the math test in 6th grade. That made him to do the SAT for 7th grade. Thank you for that information. That is good to know because Michael's going to the 6th grade, and he is very good in math. He said even though he was 5'6", he played basketball, he played football. He's been blessed to finish his education and to add doctor in front of his name. I'm just hoping, Mr. Best, that the DR in front of your name or PhD at the end of your name come with some dollar signs, okay? Nikkie's very shy. I'm surprised. But she does say she is shy when it comes to like dating. She's out and about. And she said guys just doesn't approach. And I hear that from a lot of Black women that the guys they don't approach. So I'm wondering, is it, I don't know, Black women. Why do you think men do not approach? Do you think you're standoffish? She wants to have children. She does not, she don't know if it's available to her at 46. Nikkie is 46 or 48. Wait, Nikkie is 40 and 46. Let me just say she looks beautiful, but Black don't crack. Okay, she doesn't even look 46. She looks younger than 46. She doesn't know if it's available for her. So Nikkie, you're smart, you're intelligent, you got some coins. I am hoping you also freezed your eggs. Okay, Nikkie, I hope you froze your eggs. Mr. Best want to be the best at everything. He wants children, and he's hoping for a honeymoon baby. You just met her. And he hopes to give her the best orgasm she ever had. I doubt you can. You're little, your voice is little, and I'm assuming everything else is little. And I'm not saying little things can't give, orgasm. I'm just saying, girl. I'm just saying. I don't think so. Mr. Best. You want to be the best of everything. Please don't make no babies on the honeymoon. And Nikkie would never make no babies with you, with your little short self. So Dr. Lisa asks Sean what she looks like, and he says like Lisa Leslie. She's beautiful. She's 6'5". She's the first Black woman to dunk a basketball something. He liked the long legs. He liked tall women. He's dated the first Black Miss Pennsylvania, the first Black Miss So how come he didn't propose to any of them? His dad is a pastor, and so he's been sexually repressed. And that is common in Christian household, and we need to change that. Gen X, hello, Gen X, me, Sean, Nikkie, we need to change that. We need to talk about sex with our children, age appropriate. Sex. He lost his virginity at 21 and never had sex again until he was 29. And you was playing basketball and football. And anyways, we're not for adultery over here. We're not for fornication over here. So that's interesting. Let me just say, it's not about Sean speaking well. My husband speaks very well. You've heard my husband speak. It's about his little girly voice. And I had sex, I lost my virginity at 21, and I didn't have sex again until I'm 29. Like, who likes that? Nikkie, I love what she said. Oh, I love her. She said the stereotypical 6 feet guys. But she's also dated men who were shorter, and they were tall in other things like intellect and wit, and she's sapiosexual or something. She's attracted to smart men. Me too. However, girl, he gotta be tall and good looking. I can't do no smart man, short and ugly. No, he gotta have everything. He has to have he must be tall, he must be good looking, he must speak well read, well traveled, well cultured, gentleman, well paid. And yes, born again believer. That's number one. Okay. So, she is open to a little short man. He's 5'6", girl. 5'6" is my height. And she's looking at him like, ew. So Sean talks about how his parents grew up in the hood, and I don't know, most black people grew up in the hood. And they were poor. Most black people are poor. Nikki talks about how she grew up poor, that her parents were teenage parents, 16 and 17. They had an oopsie and they were getting benefits, welfare. And that has caused her to work hard, go to school, get her education, climb the corporate ladder, and help her to be at a place where she can take care of herself. And that's a lot of our stories, right? That's a lot of Black women's stories, where we climb the corporate ladder, we get the degrees, we get the jobs, we get the money, and then we turn 45 and we're like, oh my God, where's the husband? And usually by then it's really hard for a woman like Nikki to meet this wonderful man who can provide, who can protect. And not only that, ladies, but for us to take the back seat, though we can pay the bills and pay the mortgage and pay your cars, that we're going to sit down and let him, if that's what you want, and let him take control. And we see this all the time. We see this all the time with a lot of Black women. And what I'm trying to get Black women to do is date while you are climbing the corporate ladder. Okay? Date while you're climbing. If you get to 30, 31, 32, you haven't met that person, you need to put a lot of time, effort, and energy into possibly making yourself available to meeting someone, especially if you want to have children. So we see Nikki, we see this all the time with women like Nikki. And those of us who are Gen X, Nikki, we have to teach the next generation that balance is the key. You can't just climb, and then look back and be like, oh, but I want to get married and have a baby. No, you got to do it while you're climbing. Because usually by this age, it's kind of hard. It's not difficult. It's not impossible. It's hard. Very hard. And then you have to settle for little short ducklings like Sean, who we don't know what his income is yet. Okay. So then the big bad wolf shows up. Income, what is her income? She's making $250 to $300. Merla was making about $200, and the Dusty Pascal matched her with Gil, who just became a firefighter at 40, making $28,000. And I know some of y'all in the comments talking about, oh, Pascal was here. Pascal would never. Pascal would. Pascal is the Dusty, and he look out for the Dusty. Hello, Merla and Gil. Why would you match Merla, who's making $200,000 a year, with Gil, who's making $28,000 a year? Okay, so yes, Pascal would match it. Paul says to her, the average income in America is 64. Now, what's the average a Black man in America, Paul? That's what you need to look up, because she wants a Black man. He said, why is 200 not acceptable? And she said, the lowest is 200, and yeah, but that's the floor. We go over to Sean, and he said, how do you feel about being a provider? And of course, the Dusty said, I have historically dated women who made more than me. And he's this close to become a college president, and he's open to providing, and he makes enough where he's confident that he can provide for his wife. I guarantee you. Where's my Bible? I was reading my Bible. I put it back over there. Mike Murdoch, Wisdom Bible. This is one of my favorite. I guarantee you, I'm putting my hand on the Bible, Sean does not make $200,000 a year. I want to know the exact number, Sean. I want to know the exact number. And if he does, I'll come back, girl, I was wrong. Go ahead, Sean. I'll come back and say, you know me. But Sean is not talking about his income with confidence. Like when I was talking to my husband, there wasn't no hesitation. It was like, oh, I got it. Oh, I can provide. He wrote it down. He said, I make this much. I can provide. I can pay all the bills. And 13 years later, boo-boo, he's still paying all the bills. There is no, oh, could you pay the PSNG this month? Could you pay the card? No. Sean does not sound confident that he has the income, because if he did, he would have been confident. Let me show you what he said. Pay attention to when Paul says, but that's the floor. Oh, okay. Watch.
A certain level of financial success. And I've been in situations where the earning delta started to emasculate him.
So this is a deal breaker.
I maybe would be open to 200.
She says, so this is a deal breaker. And she said, I would be open to 200. I think 200, if she's making 250, 300, and he's making 2, I think that's okay. I don't think him making 2 and she making 250 is a problem. I don't have a problem with that. But if she making 250 and he making 50 or 60 or 100, no. Let's pay attention to Paul and what he says.
Okay. But that's the floor. Okay.
How much are you interested or
Did you see that? But that's the floor. Oh, okay. That's the floor, 200. Now, Sean is close to become a college president. How close? What kind of college, Sean? Is it like Rutgers State University? Is it like Seton Hall? I'm calling out the colleges around here. Is it like Seton Hall University? Is it Bloomfield College, who was just taken over by Montclair State College? Is it Kane College? Is it Essex County? Is it Rutgers Newark, Rutgers New Brunswick? Which college? Jersey City State, St. Peter's College? Which college? Which college are you about to become the president of? I want to know. Is it a Bible college? We want to know, Sean. Tell us. I want to know, cousin, put in the chat. Where's the college? Which college? Okay. No, pay attention to this. I don't like Dr. Lisa talk about a provider, which means she's the pick-me, okay? Listen to what she said and what he said.
lighter financially?
I have historically dated women who make more money than me. I was a musician for a long time,
Yeah.
and so it wasn't hard to make more than $400 a
Right.
week. But I'm like this close to being a college president. I'm happy to be a provider.
Pay attention to this part. I'm this close to being a college president. We want to know which college. Cousins, put in the chat which college, okay? Pay attention to this part. This is how I know Sean don't make no $200, $200,000 a year.
I make enough where I feel confident in supporting my partner.
The goal is to
I make enough where I feel confident in supporting and providing for my partner. Does that sound like a man making $200,000 a year? Nope. No. Because when my husband told me, he was like, oh, I got it. I can pay all the bills. I'm the provider. I can pay all the bills. It was like big D, okay? Big sling around. When you're confident. Sling, hashtag sling it. Hashtag sling it. He does not sound like he made $200,000 a year. No, I can come back and give Sean a shout out. But I don't think so. Based on this, I do not think Sean is making $200,000 a year, because if he did, Paul wouldn't make a big deal about, oh, the average income is $64,000 a year. Now, his income might be 64, and he possibly could provide for a wife on $64,000, but that wife is not, is not Nikkie. He might make $100,000 a year, and it's comfortable for a regular girl, but it's not for Nikkie. You understand what I mean? It could be. Nikki don't want a man talk about, oh, I feel confident. Oh, that I can provide for my Nikki want a man who's slinging big wallet around. Like, yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's cool. I can provide. And I don't think Sean is it. Sorry, Nikki. So Paul and Lisa meets and they're matching Nikki and Sean. And Paul says Sean is going to be attracted to Nikki. She's beautiful. I don't know any man who wouldn't be attracted to her. And she's soft spoken. And Paul says, but is Nikki going to be attracted to Sean? And then Dr. Lisa said, which I'm ready to come out and, say I was wrong. They match in every other way. Maybe she can overlook this. Maybe she can override, because box for box, they match in every other way. And this is supposed to be a power couple. Why do we only use power couple for Black people? Dr. Nikki, how come you didn't say a power couple for any of the white couples, but whenever it comes to Black people, it's going to be a power couple? They are concerned about egos, that they're going to go eat. See, you can't do that. You can't match two ego people with two ego people. Yeah, you can't do that. She said they're either going to crash and burn, or it's going to be beautiful. I don't think it's going to be beautiful. Sean, let me tell you how much money Sean needs to make to impress Nikki, to overlook his little shortness. 500,000. Okay, fine, 400. Sean needs to be bringing in at least $400,000 a year for Nikki to say on him. To overlook his voice, overlook his height. Granted, he can't do anything about his height, and overlook all the other questionable things about him. But let's get to 200,000 first, Sean. We need Sean to make at least $200,000 a year. But in order for Sean to really impress Nikki, he needs to be bringing home about 400. Okay, fine. The floor, 350. He needs to be bringing home at least $350,000, $400,000 a year to impress Nikki. And I don't think Sean is making that, but let's get to 200. Sean, do you make $200,000 a year? Now, today, not when you become a president of a college. We don't know which kind of college this is, but today. Is it an online college? Is it a college you started at your daddy's church? We don't know, but we want to know, do you have $200,000? Paul says the goal is to match her with a life partner for life. Nikki gets emotional. We shall see. I don't think Sean is it, Nikki. I don't think so. 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 So Nikki gets Sean's ring. She's getting ready with her bridesmaid. She gets his ring, and the ring is big. And she's like, oh my God, his ring is so big. Maybe he is tall. And she was like, let's just measure. And then she was like, you know what? No, it's okay. I will receive him as God has made him. And I'm like, Nikki said, she said, I've grown and I've matured. You's a lie, Nikki. You is a lie. Let me tell you how I know you's a lie, because we want to lie to ourselves. We lie to ourselves and say, it's okay. We'll accept him as he is. And it's not true. We're saying those things because we want to believe those things. But Nikki, what's this? What is that? Why is your face like that? If you will receive him, and it doesn't matter if he's tall or short, why does your face look like this? Hi, Nikki. Why do you look like this? It's because it's not true, and you're lying to yourself. And women, Stop lying to ourselves. It's okay. It is okay to say what you want. It's okay to say, I want a tall, good-looking, well-educated, well-paid black man. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Just be ready to accept that if you don't meet, you're okay with spending the rest of your life by yourself. So when women say, oh, it doesn't matter, it's not true. It is not true when we say that. It does matter, because if it didn't matter, your face would not look like this. So he sends in her gifts. She cries. She's really emotional. I was trying to see his handwriting, and everybody's like, oh, he's so nice. I am hearing a tint of accent. Did anybody else hear that? I am hearing just a tint of accent. So I want to see and hear what her family sounds like. Because I'm hearing, I thought I heard a little bit of accent earlier, but I wasn't sure. Okay, well, she was born here, but she might have Caribbean parents or something. So I don't know. So the gifts are beautiful. She got emotional. One of her bridesmaids says, our girl does nothing less than Nordstrom. Okay, so that's good. I don't know if Sean has Nordstrom money. I don't know if he does, girl. I don't know. So we go over to Michelle and Cameron's wedding party, and they're sitting at the table, and Cameron is asking her, do you want some drinks? I mean, what kind of ghetto fabulous party? Well, how come the bride and the groom ain't got no drink? But anyways, he's going to get up and go get some drink. And he's like, you know, I'm going to go get some drink, and I'm going to talk to people. I haven't spoken to the people. And one of his friends said, do you want to know about Cam? And then he went ahead and ran down his basketball history. And something Michelle said that I absolutely love. She said, well, it's so wonderful that you guys have so much great things to say about him, and it makes her feel better. See, this is what I tell you, girl. You got to talk to his friends, his babysitter, go to the daycare center, find the doctor that slapped him when he cried, and find out about him, because you need to know how a man is. You know, like ghetto fabulous logic talking all that crap about Mecca. Like, why would you want to do that? Okay. So I absolutely love that. And this is just, you know, like, because the sister Janice said, girl, you got to talk to people about him. Ask them, tell me about him. So you can know if he's a good person or not. And yeah. Some people will lie and fake, but you will get to the bottom of stuff. Okay. So we go over to Belgium and Mecca, and the daddy embarrassed him. Did not tell you, but I did tell you. I said, Mecca is not cleaning no potty because this is what he want to do. He's probably tried a whole lot of stuff and hasn't hit on anything, which to me is the parents' fault. It is your job and your responsibility. Oh, my ears feel so much better, cousins. I can hear you. Yes, it feels so much better. It is the parents' job to help the child to figure out while they're growing up what it is they want to do and what it is they want to be and what God has created them to be. Because God has given each and every one of us at least one gift. And so while the kids are growing up, you are to help them to figure it out. Lou Michael wanted to be the president, but that's too much work. Then he wanted to be an archaeologist. Then he wanted to be a dentist. Then he was like, no, I don't want to give needles. Then he wanted to be a doctor like his doctor. Then he said, no, I don't have needles. Then he wanted to be a vet. And he's like, oh, do I have to give needles? And he said, needles. And he wanted to be an artist. He draws. And he wanted to be a painter. And we supported all of that. We was, okay, you want to be an archaeologist? Okay. We bought the dinosaur bones and buried them in the front of the yard. He digged up my lawn. I should have thought about that better. All right. I should have put it back there. Then he wanted to be something over there. So then we put something over there. He digged that up too. Then he went to art school and he went to drawing and he plays the piano. We did golf and we did tennis. We didn't do dancing yet. And for the last couple of years, he's rested on being an engineer. And so we are encouraging him and nurturing that gift. My husband went to school for engineering, but he couldn't draw. So Michael, he's a good drawer. He's going to engineer and he's going to be going to the school that my husband went. So for you to get up there and embarrass your son like that, even Beljolie was like, what's happening? Don't do my husband like that. So you are an attention seeker. You're trying to get all the attention from your son. And you should have been talking about all the good and wonderful things. And then at the end, he say, doesn't matter because you're a good person. Okay, tell us how he's a good person. That's what we want to know. We want to know, how is Mecca a good person? He's over there biting his black painted fingernails like a little boy, like a little girl. Belgially Mama Violent. I don't understand why your name, but I did see the brother's name and his ghetto as well. Okay, but anyway, that was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. They should have let Belgially Mama go first. And she said one thing about her, she's got to be fed. Yeah, me too, girl. That's why Belgially shouldn't be marrying no broke man. My heart goes out to her that she doesn't want more. Okay. And I love everything here her mom says and that she's been through. See what I mean? After you've been through a lot in your life, you don't need to get married and keep going through. And then Belgially Mama Violence said to the groom, be encouraged. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what that means. This sounds like a testimony service. But anyways, I loved everything Belgially Mom said, and that's what Mecca's daddy should have said. But because he's such an attention seeker and stealer, he wanted to take all the attention from his son and embarrass his son in front of everybody. In other words, Mecca is a man being tossed to and fro and don't know what he's supposed to be doing with his life at 28 years old. Okay, some people take it a little bit longer, but what I do know, you should not be getting married because you don't even know what you want to be and what you want to do. And you are not established. See what I mean, ladies? He's not established. Okay, he's not established and he should not be getting married. Okay, and I hope throughout this wedding, Belgially will realize, oh no, I want more. I want more. I want a man who can provide for me, protect me. I want a man where I don't have to work 3 jobs. I could just have babies and either work 1 job. I think, ladies, you should always have some money coming in. But I pray to God she wakes up because, girl, this is a struggle love and struggle marriage. And, honey, we've been through too much to have struggle love and struggle marriages. We just cannot be that and do that anymore, okay? So we go over to Felipe and Tori and tell me why Felipe Get a Fabulous Mama has on a white dress. I'm going to give her the benefit of a doubt and say it's silver. Why do you look like the bride? She has on a wedding gown. Did y'all see that? Felipe Mama had on a wedding gown where her dress looked like the train. Like I wasn't sure who's the bride and who's the mama. Nobody didn't tell you in your culture not to wear white to the wedding or silver or anything that looked close to the bride's outfit. Felipe Mama. No wonder Felipe act the way she act because of you. Going to people's funerals in whites and silver and stuff like that. How disgusting and ghetto fabulous are you? Okay, fine. Miss Linda did ask me if she could wear off-white to my wedding because she couldn't find anything else, or was it Bernie? I don't remember. The older lady, you know, they're old enough to be your mom. It was like, Jan, I can't find it, but I have this off-white suit. It was a pantsuit. I was like, yes, Miss Linda, Miss Bernie, it's okay. You could wear that. But anybody else show it out, kick him out. You do not wear white or silver, and God forbid, a wedding gown. Just so ghetto fabulous. I just can't. I liked her initially, but now I don't like her anymore. So we go over to Nick and Courtney, and they talk about the drag race. And she was like, oh yeah, my dad loves cars. And the friends are like, no, like drag queen. And she's like, Courtney has the face that I do. You could read everything I'm thinking and say it. Okay. You could read, poor Courtney. And she's saying, so then the twin brother got up to give remarks, and he said he's been my roommate from day one, and he knew he was going to give this speech, but he thought he had a few more years, but he should know because Nick loves the spotlight. And then Courtney's face was like, so Courtney, I want you to keep that same energy, okay? I want you to keep that same energy, Courtney. If you keep this in the back of your mind that he could possibly be on here for the spotlight, you will not go all in. Courtney, if you keep that same mentality, questioning, is he here for the right reason? You will not go all in, Courtney. Do not go all in. because I'm questioning it too. He's been on 5 reality shows. Is he really here because he wants to be here, he wants to get married, or is he here because of the spotlight? And then she said, I need a lot of drink. Yeah, drink. Well, no, don't drink. Don't get drunk. Keep that same energy, Courtney. Keep that same energy about Nick. If you keep that same energy about Nick, you will not go all in. So let's not get to the end of the show and you're crying because you went all in, because you saw all the signs, Courtney. You saw all the signs. You saw the signs, girl. So it's time for Nikki and Sean's wedding. Hashtag cut cousins. I think I cut my hair. Actually cut my hair. But okay. So Sean in that brown velvet in the summer. And are we not going to talk about his hazel eyes? Are we not going to talk about Sean's hazel eyes? Hashtag hazel. Let's see who watched to this point. Hashtag hazel. And then the mama came out with gray braids. Okay, I will overlook that. She's beautiful, by the way. Yes, Sean's mother is gorgeous. And she calls him Queen Victoria. She's like, what's the show? The show Bridgerton, okay? And then the sister with the blonde hair. I don't understand. This is a pet peeve for me. I don't understand black women and blonde hair. No, I can hear you say black people have blonde hair too. Yeah, but you don't. Okay. Y'all trying to code spit white woman. But anyways, his mom and sister's beautiful. He comes out, he was like, what's up, people? And he walks down and he said, hello, new family. Who should I meet here? And she's like, I'm the mother of the bride. And she's like, what should I call you? She's like, mother-in-law. Okay. I really appreciate him going over and meeting her mom. Then we see Nikki and I'm like, is she New York? And then I forgot it's Seattle. She's driving down and she's in the car all by herself. Where's your daddy, girl? Your daddy not there? So she gets to the venue. She's walking down and I love her gown. I love Nikki's gown. That view of her walking down and you just seeing the whole gown is absolutely beautiful. I would have taken off the little things though, Nikki, because it popped off at one time and I was like, keep it off. I would have taken the other sleeve off, but I absolutely love her gown. And so we meet her best friend, Ashley, which is not spelled Ashley. And Zach, I guess that's maybe her friend from work or one of her good friends. And I'm like, Zach, why didn't you hook her up with one of your white, very high earning friends? So they asked her, are you ready? She's like, for what? It's happening. And she gets the walking down the aisle.
What am I supposed to do? Stand here and wait for my groom?
Nikki, yes. Meet for the very first time your husband-to-be, Sean.
Hi, Nikki. Nikki with the dimples. You breathing?
You remember when she said, oh, I just love him the way God made him? Use a lie, Nikki. Lies. It's a lie. Hashtag lies. That's 3 hashtags. Hashtag lies. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know what to say. Other than the husband profile begins in September. If you want to take it, the link is below. Please be sure to sign up. Because, girl, I will teach you. It's okay to want what you want. Don't lie yourself. Say, oh, I would love and read y'all. That's forever, girl. Forever. All right, y'all. I love you. Yeah, I'm not going to do episode 3 today because I have this headache and I need to go lay down. Wash my hair. I might wash it later. I don't know yet. I found this honey and milk shampoo that I'm using Little Michael's here. Oh, I love it. It makes his hair so soft and silky. I'm going to use it today. But I love you. Let me know what you think. I'll be in the comments today. I absolutely love you, Dory. Let me know what you think. Come on back for the other video that I want to do later. Talk to you later. Bye. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up.